Sunlight filters through the thick canopy, casting a mosaic of light and shadow on the winding Appalachian trail. I walk deeper into the forest, the path stretching endlessly before me. The towering trees stand as silent witnesses, their branches reaching towards the sky. The beauty of the mountains surrounds me, a breathtaking panorama of nature's grandeur. Yet, amidst the splendor, a sense of isolation creeps in, a reminder of the solitude of the wilderness. I continue my trek, a lone figure, against the backdrop of the vast and untamed Appalachian Trail. In the warm glow of the fireplace, a younger version of me sits on a braided rug, drawn to the comforting heat. Grandfather, his face a roadmap of time, rocks gently, his eyes alight with the dance of the flames. His voice, a deep, resonating rumble, fills the cozy cabin with tales of old. I listen with wide-eyed wonder as he speaks of mountains that swallow people whole, their fates lost to the ancient peaks. The fire crackles, casting long shadows that seem to whisper secrets of those vanished souls. As the late afternoon sun casts long shadows, I begin setting up camp. The forest around me awakens as daylight fades, its sounds growing more distinct and alive. With each passing moment, the wilderness asserts itself, its presence deepening in the twilight. The scent of pine and damp earth fills the air, a symphony of nature's elements. The crackling of twigs and rustling leaves hint at unseen creatures stirring in the undergrowth. In the heart of the campsite, a small flame dances, pushing back against the encroaching darkness. Inside Grandfather's dimly lit cabin, candlelight flickers, casting dancing shadows on the aged wooden walls. Grandfather, his face a roadmap of time and wisdom, sits in his rocking chair, a mischievous twinkle in his eye. He leans forward, a conspiratorial whisper escaping his lips as he prepares to spin another yarn. They say there are creatures in these woods, he warns, his voice a low rumble. His eyes glint with an intensity that belies his age as he continues, roaming in the dark. Their eyes glow with an eerie light, watching, always watching. Grandfather whispers, leaving the image hanging in the air. Beneath a canopy of stars, the campsite glows with the fire's lively dance, its light painting the surrounding trees in shades of amber and black. The fire crackles, sending sparks swirling into the night. Each pop a tiny explosion of warmth against the encroaching darkness. A lone figure is silhouetted against the flames, zipping a sleeping bag tighter as if bracing against an unseen adversary. Despite the fire's valiant effort, a chill weaves its way through the campsite, prickling the skin and whispering through the leaves. Shadows lengthen and twist, morphing familiar shapes into eerie figures that play tricks on the eyes. An unseen presence lurks just beyond the firelight, heightening the senses and quickening the pulse with each rustle and snap. Sunlight filters weakly through the dense canopy of the woods, casting long, distorted shadows that dance with every breeze. The woods are silent, save for the rustling of leaves, an unnatural stillness amplifying the sense of foreboding. Suddenly, a twig snaps under unseen weight, the sound echoing with startling clarity, too heavy for any squirrel. An unseen presence moves through the undergrowth, each rustle and crackle hinting at a hidden menace lurking just beyond sight. In the dead of night, the campsite is swallowed by an oppressive darkness. I jolt awake, sitting bolt upright, every nerve on high alert. The surrounding trees loom like silent sentinels, their shadows deepening. An eerie stillness hangs in the air, amplifying the sound of my own heartbeat. I strain to listen, my senses stretched to their limit. The darkness seems to close in, a suffocating presence all around me. Inside Grandfather's cabin, the fireplace casts a warm, dancing glow on the aged wooden walls. Dust motes swirl in the air, illuminated by the flickering light, as Grandfather leans forward. His face, a roadmap of wrinkles, holds a gravity that silences the room. His voice drops to a hushed whisper, spinning a tale of a hiker lost to the woods. There was a hiker, they say, ventured too far into the woods, met something unnatural, something that swallowed him whole. Never seen again. The campsite is plunged into darkness, with only the faint glow of dying embers to pierce the night. Every nerve is on high alert as I strain to hear any disturbance in the surrounding woods. The rustling begins, a subtle warning in the underbrush, hinting at unseen eyes watching from the shadows. The sound intensifies, growing louder as the unseen presence circles, tightening its hold on the night. Sound, rustling in the underbrush, circling my campsite, echoes in the silence, confirming the growing dread. Beneath the cloak of night, a campsite becomes a stage for rising dread. Fingers fumble, desperately seeking the cold comfort of a flashlight. Each rustle of leaves amplifies the frantic pounding within my chest. The darkness holds its breath, waiting for the inevitable spark of light and revelation. In the dead of night, the beam of a flashlight pierces the dense woods, an island of light in a sea of darkness. The powerful light cuts sharply through the black trees, revealing nothing but the endless trunks. Darkness seems to push back against the light, as if the woods are resisting the intrusion. The trees stand like silent watchers, their forms stark and ominous against the night. The beam wavers, seeking something, anything, in the overwhelming darkness. Deep in the woods, darkness reigns, broken only by fleeting flickers of moonlight. Suddenly, two piercing red eyes ignite high above the forest floor, burning like embers in the gloom. The eyes blink once, twice, their gaze intense and unsettling, hinting at a hidden watcher. Then, as swiftly as they appeared, the crimson lights vanish, leaving only the rustling leaves and the oppressive darkness behind. The campsite is plunged into darkness. As I stare into the void, my heart pounding against my ribs, each shadow seems to dance with unseen figures, heightening my sense of isolation. My breath hitches in my throat, a silent scream trapped within. The flickering fire offers scant comfort, its warmth unable to penetrate the chilling dread that grips me. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, echoes like a threat in the overwhelming silence. Inside the rustic cabin, the fire roars, casting long, dancing shadows that writhe across the rough-hewn walls. Grandfather sits near the hearth, his weathered face illuminated by the warm, flickering light. His eyes, deep pools of concern, reflect the dancing flames as he contemplates unseen troubles. The air is thick with the scent of wood smoke and the weight of unspoken warnings. His voice, raspy with age and worry, cuts through the crackling fire. Some places are best left undisturbed, Grandfather warns, his words hanging heavy in the shadowed cabin. Beneath the cloak of night, the campsite is a solitary island of light, surrounded by an ocean of impenetrable darkness. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, pierces the silence, amplifying the gnawing fear. The forest breathes around me, its shadows alive with unseen eyes. Each creak and groan of the ancient trees whispers tales of hidden dangers and lurking predators. Paranoia tightens its grip as the night stretches on, an endless vigil against the unseen. The first light of dawn creeps over the horizon, casting long shadows across the silent campsite. With trembling hands, I begin to pack my gear, each movement betraying a deep unease. The canvas of my tent ripples in the gentle morning breeze, a stark contrast to the turmoil within. Each item stowed away is a step further into the unknown, a silent promise of what lies ahead. The rising sun paints the sky with hues of orange and pink, a beautiful yet haunting reminder of the day's looming challenges. Dawn breaks over the Appalachian Trail, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. A lone figure hurries along the winding path, their silhouette stark against the awakening landscape. The trail stretches ahead, a ribbon of dirt and stone, leading away from the towering mountains. Each step is taken with purpose, a silent promise to leave the wilderness behind. The air is crisp and carries the scent of pine, a farewell from the ancient woods. Sunbeams pierce through the cracks of the old cabin, illuminating the floating dust motes. Grandfather's eyes crinkle with warmth, the wisdom of the mountains etched into every line of his weathered face. A knowing smile plays on his lips, hinting at stories untold and lessons learned. The mountains have a way of holding on to those who disrespect them, he warns, his voice a low rumble that echoes through the silent cabin. At the trailhead, the crunch of gravel underfoot echoes in the vast wilderness. Boots meet the path, a sound of purpose in the solitude. Each step forward, a promise of adventure into the unknown. The trailhead marks the beginning, a gateway to nature's embrace. Gravel crunches, a steady rhythm accompanying the start of a journey. The Appalachian forest looms, a silent, watchful entity. A glance back reveals the forest's dense, impenetrable depths. A sudden shiver courses through me, an involuntary response to the forest's oppressive presence. The air hangs heavy, thick with the unseen, as the forest seems to close in. The car speeds away from the towering mountains, a lone silhouette against the vast sky. The highway stretches endlessly, a ribbon of asphalt cutting through the desolate landscape. The driver's eyes reflect a haunting memory, the glow of something unnatural forever imprinted. Each mile driven is an attempt to escape the lingering fear. The glowing eyes, a constant, silent passenger. Inside the car, I grip the steering wheel, my knuckles bone white against the worn leather. A cheerful song blares from the radio, its upbeat melody a stark contrast to the tension etched on my face. My eyes dart nervously to the rearview mirror, searching for any sign of pursuit. The sunlight glints off the dashboard, highlighting the beads of sweat forming on my forehead. My jaw tightens as I accelerate, the engine roaring in defiance against the unseen threat. Sunlight streams through the dusty windows of Grandfather's cabin, illuminating the silent, empty space. The cold hearth stands as a stark reminder, the fire long extinguished, leaving only ashes and memories. Dust motes dance in the air, each a tiny ghost in the wake of what was once a warm, inviting flame. The cabin breathes with the absence of life, a poignant echo of Grandfather's laughter and stories. Jagged peaks pierce the sky in a rapid montage of mountains from around the world. Each landscape flashes by, a testament to journeys undertaken and challenges conquered. The imposing Appalachian forest looms, a stark contrast to the open ranges. Its dense canopy casts long shadows, hinting at the mysteries hidden within. A sense of anticipation builds as the familiar wilderness calls to the hiker's spirit. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy of the Appalachian forest, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. Ancient trees stand as silent witnesses, their gnarled branches reaching towards the sky like skeletal arms. A lone bird calls out, its mournful cry echoing through the stillness of the woods. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, a reminder of the forest's eternal cycle of life and death. The forest stretches out as an endless sea of green, hiding secrets and untold stories within its depths. A sense of foreboding hangs heavy in the air, a promise that this place will never be revisited.